Hi, I'm Rich Edwards, the lead designer on Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
And I'm Ash Tregay, the producer of Evil Genius 2.
Evil Genius 2 is a satirical spy-fi lair-building game where you take on the role of a criminal mastermind. You're going to build an island lair, train a legion of diabolical minions, and perfect a doomsday device to take over, or maybe even destroy, the world.
Today, we're here to show you some gameplay from the tutorial, giving us a good excuse to talk through a few of the core systems of the game that you'll be getting very familiar with on your road to world domination.
At its heart, Evil Genius 2 is a lair builder. We give you an exotic island, we give you a horde of probably loyal and definitely disposable minions, but it's up to you to build the evil lair of your dreams. We've also given you a powerful set of construction tools to achieve this, ensuring that everyone can make something cool, but those of you who really want to flex your inner genius can make something that even the most determined do-gooder will struggle to survive. At this point in the tutorial, we're laying down orders for a brand new barracks. This will increase the size of our minion workforce, and I suppose allow a few more of them to get some sleep. As you can see here, we don't limit you to simple rectangles. In this instance, we've chosen to give our minions a semblance of privacy by leaving the walls intact, but any room in Evil Genius 2 can be connected to any other room in any fashion. If you're feeling especially brave, you could try building a lair with no internal walls at all, but we wouldn't recommend that unless you want to present your enemies with incriminating evidence as soon as they walk in through the entrance. Now, as you can see, we have other construction orders in place and our minions are working hard to carry out our wishes, constructing more generators in our power room. This is important because if we run out of power, we're essentially defenseless. None of our traps, cameras or doors will function, and that leaves us wide open to attack.
The name of the game is World Domination, so as cozy as our fledgling lair is, we will have to actually send our simple minions out into the world at some point, if we're ever going to take it for ourselves. Control rooms, like the one we're building here, form the hub of your criminal empire as you extend your reach across the world stage. These radio repeaters will provide us with broadcast strength. The more broadcast strength we have, the more criminal networks we can support, and the higher the level of any one criminal network, the greater the broadcast strength required to maintain it.
And this is the world stage where you run your global operations. At the start of Evil Genius 2, the world is watched over by 5 forces of justice. Each of these organizations has a range of dangerous agents to deploy against you, not least of which are their relentless super agents. Together they make the world a good and righteous place, and we just can't have that. So let's establish a criminal network. First we'll select a region, then dispatch a small force of minions to scout it for various opportunities. Minions leave our lair via the helipad, and once they've constructed a permanent presence in the world, those minions will get up to all sorts of petty crimes. This sends a small trickle of gold back to the lair, and soon we'll be able to send additional minions to complete a variety of evil schemes.
Evil Genius 2 is a narrative-driven campaign game, with a very definite beginning and end point. Either you'll live to rule the world, or you'll die in the attempt. Though either way, you're going to live long enough to see yourself become the villain. On your journey through each of our 4 campaigns, you'll encounter a cast of larger-than-life characters, from the super agents we mentioned earlier, to opposing crime lords, all the way down to the lowly minion we just saw, who we're about to send to commit a crime.
Back on the world stage, we can see that there's a scheme available to us. Schemes represent opportunities within reach of our criminal networks, and they can range from the simplest bank robbery, like this one that will only take a few simple workers, to far more demanding heists, which offer greater rewards. No matter how complex though, you are the genius and your focus is the lair. Your criminal networks are more than capable of handling the minutiae of a scheme once you've dispatched the correct minions to carry it out. Be careful though, because the more active your global operations, the more attention you'll get from the forces of justice.
The main objective of each campaign will ultimately be to take the world for yourself, but we also offer a broad range of side stories for you to explore along the way. Through side stories you can unlock more minion types, steal bizarre and unique loot items, and do battle with a host of charismatic crime lords and super agents. Whenever you see a new side story unlock, it's a safe bet there'll be something worth having at the end of it. In this side story, we're going to unlock the first muscle minion specialist, the Guard.
Of course, none of our standard worker minions are fearsome combatants in their own right. They can generally do a little bit of almost everything without necessarily being good at, well, any of it. When it comes to these guys, menial tasks are the order of the day. So what should we do when our minions don't know something? We send them to kidnap an expert. Once you have a holding cell and an interrogation chair, you can extract basic information from your enemies. Of course, to do that, you'll need to capture them first. Here, interrogating this guard reveals to us their secret. Punching bags. Now our minions have this critical piece of the puzzle, they can take it from there, under your direct instruction, of course. Once we've built a number of these items, we can train as many guards as we want, significantly improving the defenses of our lair.
In the dev team, we talk a lot about the shoot them you idiots paradigm. No self-respecting evil genius micromanages each of their minions individually, they just say, shoot them you idiots, and let the minions figure out the rest. As the evil genius, you'll be issuing orders to your minions, then watch as they set about implementing those orders as best they can. This same principle applies to everything from construction, to combat, to training more minions. So long as you have the correct training equipment in your lair, minions can train themselves to become more advanced specialists. But they'll train even faster if another specialist is available and on hand to teach them.
Kidnapping that guard has caused the forces of justice to take at least a passing interest in our lair, and their first agent has just arrived, an investigator. Investigators are standard agents here to find evidence of suspicious activity. If they find anything and live to tell the tale, they will report back, and the forces of justice will dispatch more dangerous agent types. Be careful though, because if they don't report back, well, that's just a little bit suspicious too, and there's only so many highly trained, fully armed agents who can go missing before someone raises the alarm. Speaking of raising the alarm, we have our own. High Alert can be activated at any time to force your minions to defend the lair. In practical terms, this means they abandon any non-essential activities, such as eating and sleeping, and decide instead to patrol the corridors looking for intruders. Or at least your guards will. Your more cowardly minions may take the opportunity to hide instead. To repeat what we talked about earlier, we use the shoot them you idiots paradigm a lot. This time we mean it literally. If we want our minions to take care of this agent, we're going to need to issue a direct order. So let's drop the lair into high alert, select the intruder, and tag them for termination. Our minions should be able to take it from there, although if you're feeling particularly bloodthirsty, your genius can get involved too. Be careful though, because if you die, that's it, game over. So whilst our guards are more than capable of taking on a standard agent, there are of course bigger threats to our plans. Before any of those threats rear their head and ruin our day, we should look to recruit someone more powerful. We should recruit a henchman. Henchmen begin the game scattered across the world stage as crime lords in their own right. Through side stories, you can choose which of these crime lords you want to defeat and which you want to convince or coerce to join you at your table. At this point, we're still getting started and a number of crime lords are eager to join our organisation on the ground floor. This means they can be more easily persuaded, but this is an important decision. Once we make a choice between them, the others will resent us for not choosing them, and we can expect to make a few enemies as a result.
In this example, we've chosen to recruit Eli Barracuda Jr., a powerful melee henchman with a couple of unique abilities of his own, and a familiar face to fans of the original evil genius. Eli's charm ability can be used tactically in the cover operation to convince an agent that they shouldn't worry about what's behind the large ominous doors at the back of the casino, that actually they really don't want to be there, and they should probably just leave the island immediately. When a more direct approach is called for, Eli's silver revolver turns him into a dangerous ranged combatant, at least for 6 deadly shots. Now all this takes place within the tutorial, and is just a small sample of what awaits you in your own journey towards world domination when Evil Genius 2 launches on Steam on March 30th.
gamesplay.org